and talked to the mom. She gave you some helpful information. Sent you to.
This is Penelope, and she.
She what?
Oh. The notifications for your YouTube thing threw me off. She gave you some useful information to go to the inn and ask questions around there. Basically the merchant square of the city. And you went there asking for Velithers, the individual that is supposed to be your guide for the next leg of your journey. And you went to the archivist, spoke to her. She got in touch with Belithras via note and a courier. And you guys had went over to the inn to wait, and you guys are waking up, and as you make your way back down to the tavern part, the figure that you should see on your screen is the one that greets you. And if I remember right, she greeted you as... I don't know why I said if I remember right, because this isn't a memory thing. I'm literally looking it up. She said, "So you were the ones the Frost watches so closely. I've seen your kind before, echoes chasing truth for ruin."
You were the ones that what? That the Frost is looking for?
So you were the ones the Frost watches so closely. Would you like that copy paste?
No, you're
Copy
good. No,
pasted?
no, that's good.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I'm starting off right here. What is your problem?
So are you trying to flirt with my what is it, Dragon King? Dragonborn? Whatever.
Something ain't right with that elf.
Looks familiar to me. That's what you look like.
The green dragonflight. That's the dream flight.
What does she know about dreams?
Knows a lot about dreams, but the more pressing matter is that the three of you notice that one of you is not with the group.
Is it that dang ooze? Isn't it in a bottle?
No. The ooze might still be in his bottle. I don't know. He'll have to tell you. But you notice that the
Oh, he's standing right next to you guys.
okay. So you notice that the snake is not there.
You mean the rabbit's pet? Oh, wait, I thought that was my second pet I had out. I thought I just dismissed it.
Are you referring to me as your pet?
No. I've got my
Oh,
cat pet, but I'm a beastmaster, so that means I got 2 pets out. I thought that snake was my second pet.
to refer to another sentient life form as a pet. You place yourself on a higher pedestal.
Aren't you just a warlock pet? You're just an ooze.
He just undulates him very menacingly at that last one.
I didn't know
Oh.
you guys had feelings. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. First, Lance Jack salutes the lady. It goes, Lance Jack, or Lieutenant Lance Jack Furltail, Stormland Patrol, watched, wanted, mildly wounded by breakfast regret, reporting in, and then looks around and notices that that our party member isn't with us, and he goes, "Oi, where's Scales and Prayers gone off to? Can't have her slithering into trouble without telling the rest of us. She was just here. Did I pack her by mistake? Buttons, check the T10."
I believe this one is not quite sane.
Would you like to go look for your companion?
Sure. I turn on Track Beast. At least I think I do. And I think that is a beast and not a humanoid.
I am sure our companion will join us when it is convenient for them. Would it
Maybe
not
they
be
had to go to
prudent?
the bathroom in the woods.
Should we not continue with the task at hand?
Oh, we probably well lost one of us. We should probably figure out where they went. He's gonna turn and go back upstairs to see if they just walked out without their companion. But as he's going up the stairs, you're gonna hear him say, "You hear that, Buttons? Puddin' here thinks we're odd. Says the sentient soup that with trust issues."
Was I able to hear that?
He said it pretty loud. He was just or he wasn't mumbling. He was just talking to Buttons as he was going up because he talks to the bear now.
So
Sounds delicious, doesn't it?
uh,
So Goob, you make your way to the last known location of the
The Yanti.
UNT.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are you gonna lightly tap on the door, or are you just gonna open the door?
He's just gonna obnoxiously just open the door. And he's gonna be talking the whole time to Buttons, but when he goes to open the door, he's like, "Hey mate, we forgot you. Didn't mean to forget you. Just you tend to be awful quiet with your slithering and your hissing." And then he opens the door.
Oddly enough, the door is unlocked. You are able to walk right in. And on the bed, you notice a gift package, as it were, along with a note.
"Oh, left me a little treat." And he goes over. I was gonna be like, if I open this door and there's enemies waiting for me, Lance Jack's gonna peek in and just be like, "Oh, must be the wrong room," and just shut the door and turn and run down the stairs. But since it's that, he's to be like, "Oh, I thought that was a thoughtful and snuck off in the morning, left me a treat." And he goes over and he opens the note.
The note is going to read, something to the effect of had business to take care of, will return, and I have left the items that we have gathered with you.
Oh, what special items was it? What did we need?
So and effectively, just so you guys are aware of what I'm doing, because we haven't heard hide nor hair from Dio, and they haven't been here in 3 weeks. If he wants to come back, I'm okay with it. I'm making it to where you guys aren't relying on him being there all the time.
Yeah, he does plan on coming back. It's just the fact that this setup isn't even done right now because he was changing houses.
And that's fine. But yeah,
He did say he'll be back full time next week, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
it's just as from another DM's perspective, having a character in follow mode and drooling, like it makes planning fights hard when you have somebody just standing in the corner because all the enemies have to ignore that they exist. So this will give a good reason for them to be missing, so that
Right.
so that you don't have to.
Digesting a very large meal.
And you've got
Wow.
yeah, there you go.
Wow.
And you've got a a guide downstairs that is expecting 4 of you and only seeing 3. So
Well, I'll pick up all this. I'll take the box with me down, and I can either store that away in my bag or whatever. We can go over the items later, just for brevity.
okay. Okay.
Or drag and drop if he's got them in the character sheet. Then we can do little tradesies later or something. But anyways, he
Yeah.
picks up the box and takes the items with him and the note to show it to the other two.
Okay. All right, you make your way back downstairs and
Did you find our companion?
It seems that our companion has a bally old business that he's got to attend to, or she'll have to attend to. So, says here, continue on, be brave, and I'll meet you later. Also left us the items behind that we might or might not need in a fancy little box here, so I'll just stash that away, and if we need something, let me know. And he's putting it in his bag.
Very well. If you insist.
Well, if you would like to carry it, you can. I just figured,
I'm already at capacity.
did Bellathers is going to look at you and say, did you need more time in town or were you ready to make the journey?
Oh, I met a daring hair friend of mine from way back in the service yesterday, and he provided me with rations and a little bit of a nip. So I'm ready to go if everyone else is.
I stand ready.
What was your name again? Just I introduced myself, but I forgive my rudeness. I had to go check on our lizard.
Bellathers whispered.
Sounds like a dragon name if I've ever heard one.
Oh, wow. How,
Yeah,
how, how,
first
how,
problem.
how, how many O's does Googlop have? 10?
It depends how excited I am.
uh, Typing something real quick.
Right then, off with the mysterious, well-braided guide of fate herself. Hope we travel faster than your paperwork.
Yeah.
Lead the way, Miss Bellatriz. But fair warning, if the road passes another pie cart, I make no promises.
There you go. Ugh. All right. And she is going to lead you out of Thambrick. Bam. Oops. This should be the right map. Ah, yes.
As we're leaving the tavern for her to lead us, as he's walking out the door, Lance Jack in a very loud voice will go, "Aye, that's right, Bellatriz, whispered in dark alley, shadowed by hares with impeccable coats," and then he goes out the door.
He gives you a side glance as you say that.
What? Is it a bad word like decaf or no dessert?
No, but some do fear my name.
I noticed that we might have tripped on a local superstition. Next thing you know, we'll be cursed with dry biscuits.
So your journey is going to lead you north along that path from Tambrick, which is here. So it'll lead you up this north path, and she's going to take you all the way out to here. So you're looking at, see, that was 3-day trip. So you're looking at about 10 to 12 days. Worth of journey. You didn't think the second seal was going to be right out the front door, did you?
No, I just would have preferred to pack a few more biscuits, is all.
I did ask if you were well prepared.
Oh, I'm always prepared. I could just chew on a leaf or two along the way.
She's going to glance at you and say, Smo, when you say, when do we get flying? She's going to glance at you and say, but flying eliminates part of the fun of the journey.
Yeah, that's what the devs would say.
Oh,
I used up all my biscuits. Oh no, I didn't. I had 5 pounds. No, yes, that's way wrong.
it shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's wrong on here, but I used up all my biscuits.
Used up all your biscuits.
Yeah, the biscuits I bought. Burrow baked biscuits rations. On a 10-day journey, I would have went through most of the biscuits.
You haven't made the full 10-day journey yet.
Oh,
You're just getting started, sir.
oh. Felt like
I
we
was
went
just
along
letting
a
you
long
know.
way.
And as you make your journey, let's see. Here we go. As you make your journey, you come across what appears to be a small elven child. Seems to appear off the path, beckoning silently, motioning for you to follow.
A what now?
Is this Children's Week or something?
Children's Week.
You see a small elven child appear off the path, beckoning for you to follow it.
Is that wise?
What if he needs help?
Why would a random child be in the middle of the woods?
I don't know. It sounds more like a rare spawn, so that's why I'm going towards it.
Lance Jack's gonna ignore it at first because he's talking, of course, and he goes, "If I eat another trail biscuit, I swear I'll grow crust around my buttons. That's either a lost little sprout or the start of a very well-written trap." And he's not going to follow. He's going to stand on the edge of the road. He's going, "Oi, youngin', you lost? Or just playing a part of a lure and a snack-bearing fools like myself?"
The small child just continues to motion for you to follow her.
Buttons, last time I followed a tiny beckoning thing, I ended up wrestling a weasel priest in a haunted jam factory. Not again.
Smo, are you going to be the only one following her then?
Blotch actually follows Smo, surprisingly.
Okay.
So keeping his distance.
And are you waiting for them to return with the Belithers? Good.
Well, he'll sit there, but when the other two follow, he's gonna look at Velithris with a confused look, kind of a confused or questioning look, because Velithris hasn't said anything. And he's gonna look at them and see him going, and he's gonna be visibly torn because he's like, "We're supposed to be following this person, but they just went off in the woods, and it's my job to protect them, but I'm supposed to stay with the quest giver." And so he's torn for a moment. And he mumbles to himself, "Oh, sure, follow the ghostly forest waif. That's never gone poorly in any tale ever told around a fire," and he'll follow them into the woods. And he'll be mumbling the whole time things like, "This is how it starts, you know. First in the beckoning, then it's the vanishing, then boom, talking tree riddles and cursed soup bowls."
Okay. As you guys follow her, she leads you off to a grove of trees. And once she walks into the grove, Once she gets to the center, she disappears. But you notice that around the grove is the skeletal remains of what appear to be an elven family. A mother, a father, and a little girl.
Oh, any collectibles?
Oh, I know what you're doing, you rogue. Oh, shoot.
Gotta be something rare here.
His knees are like
Oh,
knocking when he sees the girl disappear, and then there's bones. He's suddenly very superstitious, and his ears are twitching and his knees are kind of shaking. What in the sweet name of Brambleberry Biscuits just happened to our little ghost guide?
you do not notice any loot per se. Give me a perception roll, actually. Nice. You don't notice any anything of value, but you do notice that the little girl is holding something in her hand, her skeletal hand.
I pick it up.
Okay. You notice that it's a little seed.
I plant it right then and there. I pour what little water I have left, or if there's even any water around. I water that plant. I make it look beautiful.
You hear a sniffle come from behind you, and you hear Lance Jack whisper to Buttons, "She weren't holding treasure, she was holding tomorrow."
Okay, you plant the flower. Give me. I want to roll for this. Let me find what roll. Would it be survival? Nature. Give me a nature check. Okay.
Could be worse.
Yeah, you you plant the seed, water it, and you notice that it starts to sprout.
I knew it. It's magical. Does it look like it's going to be bad or good?
No, it just looks like it's going to grow into a nice healthy plant. Maybe a flower of some kind. Can't really tell at this stage.
Well, our job's done.
Little one held tight to tomorrow, and now it's poking up through the soil like it never left. That's courage, that is. Him, he's got a tear in the corner of his eyes. He's talking to Buttons.
As I leave, I go over and I knock on the tree, see if that does anything.
Knocking on the tree doesn't appear to do anything. Uh, but Goob, as you say those, say what you said, your kind words, about bravery, you notice that the flower grows just a little more.
His eyes will get really big, and he'll just be captivated, standing there. It's the first time he's been quiet since they've left on the road, and he's just staring at it quietly. And
Blotch is sorry.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
Not the same. Blotch is just standing there with his head sort of cocked to one side with both arms in his sleeves, just silently observing.
He's gonna go. Did it just hear me? Blinking branches. I was only speaking from the gut.
You notice that nothing changes.
He kind of shrugs, still kind of weirded out. He looks at the other two and says, "Bravery don't always swing swords. Sometimes it just holds on, and sometimes the world listens." He turns to try to walk away.
Tell me, Lance, do you hear more than one voice in your head sometimes?
Generally, no, unless Button's talking to me. But that's not in my head. And he looks down at the bear.
Hmm. I see.
It's usually my own valley voice that's bopping around in my head. But I let it out from time to time, share the intellect and the smarts, and he taps his head. His ears do a little twiddle, and he walks back toward the road.
So all of you are going back to Bellathers?
Yes.
Yep, I
Okay.
am.
As you approach her, she looks at you kind of quizzically and says, "Shall we continue?"
Yes, but I've got one concern. There was the remains of some elven people back there. So I feel like the road's a lot more dangerous than we may think.
I planted a seed, and it grew
Oh,
almost instantly, but it didn't grow all the way.
says yes. We often miss those who need us most when we look only to the road ahead.
Lance Jack is kind of lolling behind. He's within sight, but he gets farther and farther back from the group as they walk back out of the woods. His ears are still kind of droopy, and he's mumbling to Buttons. And then when he sees Belthriz, it's like, "Ah, there you are. Missed you by a hair's breadth in a haunted forest."
Uh, she is going to say, if I can find it here. I've walked this path longer than the trees have stood, and I've never noticed this forest to be haunted.
Well, I hope your tale has roots, ma'am. We've just seen them go deep as they can go.
uh,
Right then, lasses, back to duty, eh? World's still turning, and I'm told destiny don't wait on tea breaks.
uh, you travel a bit further. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. Are you going to take your nights and shifts, or
We doing shifts.
Fine with me.
Yeah, Lance Jack's gonna take like the middle shift, the hardest one, the one where it's darkest and harder, like kind of splits the night in half, and he volunteers for that one.
Blotch will take the first shift.
okay? Um, GM roll here. Okay. Blotch, give me a perception check.
Okay, and just a mic right here. Perception. There you
Nice.
18.
All right. As you are sitting at your post for the night, you hear up in the forest what sounds like a creature that has been wounded. You can't tell the exact location, but you can tell that is coming from ahead of you roughly. Sounds like it's a ways off though. So you can just barely hear it.
Does it sound like a specific animal?
I was just about to ask that.
Give me a nature check.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, it's -1 for me. Oh wait, shit. Okay.
Better than me.
Wow. Uh, you can tell that it sounds like a stag.
Must be other players.
Wait, is Smo even awake?
He should be sleeping.
He's a WoW player. He never sleeps.
My character's just sitting there in the corner.
He's just he's just staring off into the abyss.
You just see my glowing yellow eyes.
To be fair, if I remember right, you're elf and elves don't need sleep. They meditate.
Oh yeah.
Sounds about right.
So hearing this stag off in the distance somewhere, Blotch just sort of cocks his head to one side. I believe there's something ahead. Wounded creature perhaps. Either its predator failed to finish the job, or there's a careless hunter about. He just sort of says that to Mo's character.
Eh, it happens. There's other people out here. That's normal.
Should a hunter not take better care to and the suffering of their quarry.
Yeah, you should see the trolls I've seen.
There are trolls in this forest.
I mean, probably. Yeah.
Definitely one in the
Guessing this is
dungeon.
neutral zone.
Hmm.
Definitely what?
One in the dungeon.
No.
Damn it.
Just hope it's not a Heine troll.
So do I do I hear anything else about out of the ordinary?
That is all you hear.
Um, am I able to detect anything by scent, perhaps?
With your
Like smell of blood or anything from downwind, upwind?
da, da, da. That wow. Where's the? I don't like your character sheet.
Could be.
Yeah, it gives me anxiety.
I'm sorry. Something I messed up somewhere?
No. Condition saving throw. Where's your list? I don't know.
Which this is for
I'll
you.
look. I'll look at it. I'll look at one of the other ones.
Which list you looking for?
Looking for. You mean investigation check? Because you're looking for a specific scent.
Fair enough.
You smell nothing.
Critical fail.
It smells like a forest.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what they always say. Says me, because Lance Jack is literally snoring.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we should be worried about?
Who are you directing that question to?
That was directed at Smell.
Oh,
Considering he's he's the only one to work.
To me,
Yeah.
I use my smo senses and roll whatever I have to roll to maybe get a nat 20 to just get a whole sense of the area.
This guy.
This guy.
get a whole sense of the area.
Yes.
Like how much of an area are you looking for?
Oh no. Like,
Because this is nighttime, so you're not able to see a whole lot, even with your dark vision.
oh no, I just believe in myself.
You believe in yourself.
Legend.
Oh my.
Well, you do still have inspiration.
I use that too.
Uh, but I would say probably a survival check.
I'm not gonna use inspiration.
You're not gonna use it.
Nope. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, man, we're good.
Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, other than the sound of the stag in the distance, you don't notice anything different from
Well,
around you.
Other than and mumbling.
Probably something about buttons.
Probably true. Probably still talking to buttons, yeah. 100%.
Oh, who's up next?
Next
Me.
is Lanchak.
I'm gonna reach over, extend a tendril from my sleeve, and just poke one of his ears.
His ears twitch a little bit, and you hear him mumble, "No, Mom, I ain't taking the last biscuit. It was buttons, I swear." And then he goes back to sleep. He goes back to snoring.
He just slithers a long tendril down to one ear.
This is the worst Wet Willy. Oh. You see him violently shake and sit up, and he looks at you through wide eyes, and he's like, "You know, it's bad luck to give a man a wet willy while he's trying to get his proper amount of Z's."
I also hear rabbit's feet are good luck. The question is whether they work better attached.
Generally, he wiggles both feet while he's sitting there. He's sitting up on his little pallet where he's sleeping, and he kind of wiggles his feet, and he goes, "Generally, they tend to be luckier on than off, from my experience, considering I'm so deadly with them." And he stretches. He's like, "Anything interesting happen on your shift?"
Aside from the screaming, dying death throes of a deer off in the distance, dead
Scurrying?
silence.
Scurrying? Screaming? Didn't sound like a fox, did it?
He just looks at you.
Could have been bait,
I'm,
or trouble, or worse, or both. You think it's real, or is the force getting theatrical again?
I'm going to my bottle. With that, he just produces the bottle from his sleeve, sets it down, pops open the cork, and just pulls the cork in over top it. You just hear,
I love the image in my head that just made of that him sliding into the bottle, reaching out, grabbing the cork, and just above him. Oh, that's great.
yeah, I love it.
Okay. Let's check what your passive.
That's a good question. He's gonna be.
14.
I have my sheet up, but I keep clicking the wrong thing. Probably. Let me see. Passive. It's around here somewhere.
It's on the right hand side.
That's where I'm looking. Sit down a little ways.
Yeah,
is it?
down. Senses.
Speed, defense. Oh, yeah, right there in front of my face. Yeah, 14.
With your passive and the fact that you were alerted to the fact that there's sounds, you too hear the sound of the wounded animal off in the distance.
He's gonna.
It's not. It's not constant. It's every once in a while.
Yeah. He's gonna have his mess tin out with his little cup that comes with it, and he's gonna pour some water out of his, water skin, and then he's gonna set it by the fire. He's gonna stoke the fire a little bit, set it by the fire, and get it to bubbling, and then he's making tea while he's starting his watch because he's got his tea bags, and he's gonna start it, and while he's watching it come to a boil, and he's got his tea bag there, he's contemplating, but he's scanning the woods in the direction that the sound is coming from, and he's contemplating whether or not, or what exactly what his plan is for this, because he's like, basically he's going to kind of like scan that area to see if there's he can see any shapes or anything out there that would catch his attention, or like if he could see kind of what it is out in the distance even though it's dark. I was trying to see. I don't think I have dark vision.
The Aragon, you should. I think.
Doesn't say it under senses. Looking under my features.
You have a hair trigger.
Bah. Bah.
No, it doesn't say dark vision anywhere on my features and traits.
Are you making the sounds of the dying creature?
He's mumbling to himself while he's putting his tea bag in and dipping it, and he's like, "I don't like it, old chum." Talking to Buttons, who he's taken out of the pouch and is sitting not next to the fire, but like next to him, in a position where it looks like they're talking to each other, and he's like, "I don't like it, old chum. Could be wounded, could be bait, could be both, or it could be injured pie calling for help. Heaven forbid." If
It would be under species traits, I think, if
uh,
you had it.
I didn't see it under features and traits here. I have all these other cool things like hair trigger and leporine senses, which is perception skill. Lucky footwork, rabbit hop, but I don't see dark vision. He probably would not leave camp and leave everyone unguarded, but he's going to post up and keep his eyes looking in that direction and scanning to catch anything at all that moves too close to the camp, because he's kind of got an area in his head of like, this is the go zone. Like anything comes within this range of camp, he's going to engage and keep it from getting everyone that's asleep while calling out the alarm. So he's aware of the noise, but everything in his training as someone who is patrolled pretty frequently is not to go chasing sounds in the woods. That's why he hesitated on the road when what was clearly not a regular being was trying to draw them into the woods. He was hesitant because he's like, everything in my training says don't follow random people into the woods. But so he's kind of taking that same stance here where he's very alert. He's using all of his senses and he's scanning the direction of the sounds to make sure, like, whatever it is, if it comes within a certain distance from the camp, he will react accordingly, but he's not going to go running out in the dark.
Okay. So time passes, other than the sound of the dying creature. Well, seemingly dying creature. You can't tell whether it's, dying or just injured. Other than that, you don't notice anything different.
He's gonna he's going to be quiet and watching, but he will mention two buttons. He'll go, "Ain't that the oldest trick in the battlefield baker's book? Cry in the night, lure him in, then it's all teeth and treachery."
Okay, and your watch is effectively over.
Yeah, he'll go and wake Smo up, or well, I guess wake, unmeditate him by walking up, and he, Smo, me old boy, it's your go. You elf types and your not sleeping thing creeps me out. But Buttons says it's quite useful. But keep your peepers peeled. I'm gonna go finish up my nap time. Beauty sleep and all that. And I got to get my full 8 to 10, or this is not enough for this beauty. And he'll go and get settled again, and not very long at all, he'll start snoring.
Good luck. Have a good night.
Oh, he also sets Buttons up next to him, like, but Buttons is guarding him, and like gives him a little stick, pretend stick sword, like a stick that pretend is a sword, and then he'll lay down and go to sleep.
Is this deer still dying?
You can still hear it, yes.
Me and Roberto are going to go and end this deer's life.
Oh. Okay. Gonna go out in the woods towards
I
the
got a
sound of
cat
the
with me.
deer.
I'm never alone.
Listen,
Do what?
Said I've got a cat with me, so I never feel alone. I'll do whatever. I'm a
Okay.
hunter.
Uh, Give me an investigation roll. Okay. You head off towards the sound. You're looking, trying to find any sign of the creature that's making the sound. As you walk toward the sound, you notice it get louder and louder. Uh, it's not constant. It's every once in a while. And eventually, you come upon a stag. Let me find my page here. Maybe. It's not the right one. Here it is. It is a stag-like creature, and it's got crystalline antlers. And it appears that it is caught in an old rusted hunter's trap.
Go and I undo the trap. If it starts to kill me, oh well.
Okay, give me a what, Good, would that be a survival roll?
For what? Trying to remove the trap?
Yeah.
Depends how you want to do it. I mean, you could do sleight of hand. That's kind of a dexterous thing. Or you could just do a straight dexterity check to see.
Yeah, give me a dex check. Nice. All right.
Very nice.
So
Just
you
right on
reach that. You reach down and snap open that hunter's trap really quick. And the stag quits making the injured sound that it was making. It glares at you and slowly notice that it bows its head toward you.
Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna use speak with animals. I'm gonna use animal friendship. Gonna be like, yo, what's up? Where's my money?
Where's my money?
Where's my money?
I just see him holding out his arms like the fucking
Uh.
animation. Wow. Little hearts coming out of his head.
Like, you got some crystals for me? Like, you look pretty cool.
It looks at you, and in your mind you can hear it, as if it were talking to you. And just for brevity's sake here, what is it? Wisdom save? There you go. It thanks you for freeing it, and it says that it has left a gift for you.
Cool.
And on the ground,
Better not be
you
poop.
notice that there is a shard of the antler laying on the ground.
Oh, sick. Probably use this in leatherworking.
Thought he was gonna try to tame it.
I need to visit a stable master first.
When you pick it up, you notice that it makes you feel warm when you pick it up.
Ooh.
And the stag walks off into the forest.
I head back to camp. I'm like, now I can actually sleep. And I fall asleep for the rest of my shift.
Good God.
We've got a dragon chick with us. We're fine.
As you return to camp, you notice that Bellatrix is sitting there watching as you walk back into camp. And as you return, she says, "Mercy given is strength multiplied."
I'm not good with math.
Wow. Just wow.
And she returns to her tent.
Freaking testing us. That's how it starts.
All right.
She tests us, then bam, skeleton soup.
You say skeleton soup?
City.
Oh, city. I can assure you that there are no skeletons on your journey.
You're full of shit. There was 3 of them.
Was there?
Yes. We followed a dead girl into the woods, and there were skeletons.
You saw skeletons. It doesn't mean they were there.
Mm-hmm. 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 I'm on the defensive. Not about skeletons. When I seen the little girl, there was a thought I had initially. I'm not telling you what that thought is, but I'm on the defensive.
Was it mimic related?
No, no. Even though that does
okay.
that does pass through the mind, because there seems to be some hard feelings about that particular fight. But anyway, Lance mumbles a lot to sleep, but he gets full rest. He gets up early like he always does.
Yeah, the rest of the night passes. Nothing eventful happens. And as you get up, you notice that Bellathers is already sitting there. She's got tea on to boil.
Ooh, spill it, girl.
And as each of you wakes up, she hands you a cup of tea.
Lance will get up and he'll do his little routine and then come back and give his tea, be handed his tea. And he says, well, either that's a cup of kindness or the start of a very sleepy funeral. Cheers, ma'am. And he sips on it lightly. And then he goes, oh, that's comforting. Like being hugged by a tree in a sweater.
Guys hear that deer last night?
Yes, the one that was suffering. It was my duty to protect you lot, while you napped. So I didn't bother to go out there to leave you exposed.
Well, I did. I saved it. I cared more about my own sleep. I couldn't take it anymore.
He gives you kind of a like squinty-eyed like look as he sips on his cup of tea again, just kind of silently judging you from afar.
That's okay. In my mind, I hoped you guys get better sleep because you didn't have to listen to dying magical creature.
Glad to hear you put it out of its misery. And they takes another loud sip.
The next day of your journey, nothing really eventful happens. The next night passes Doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on. But as you begin your journey on the third morning, yeah, I had math in my head. As you begin your journey on the third morning, as you're traveling, you come across a moss-covered standing stone, and it hums faintly with magic.
Lance, when they go up, Lance is gonna be talking. Oh, Vela thingy. The next time you challenge us to the old intellect and wits and whatnot, could you make it a pie eating contest? I could pass that with flying colors, and you'd be impressed. I promise.
Oh, and what makes you think that I am the one testing you?
Well, it just seemed that way. Always knowing everything, but then again, you see enough of a path that everything nothing new can come across you. But anyways, this thing seems to be thrumming and humming. All magical stuff. Ooh, wish we had our snake with us. She'd be quite interested in this.
To your comment, she says, "The jungle grows wild, yes, but not without purpose. Every root, every thorn was placed by will, not by chance."
Can we chance a pie?
There was a good pie vendor in town.
I tried, they wouldn't let me. It's very traumatic. I have PTSD. He swoons, like puts his hand on his forehead and swoons. Boy, it's got rhythm. You gotta give it that. This ruin's got more soul than half the pubs I've fought in.
Are you just going to glance at it, or
He's not gonna touch it. He's gonna look at it, look it over, circle, look whatever, look it over. But then he's gonna look at the rest of the group and he goes, "No touching, you hear? Last time we fiddled with ancient humming stuff, I sneezed starfire for a week."
Haven't been together that long.
He winks at you. Whatever it is, it ain't dead. Might not be breathing, but it's thinking. It's waiting.
So what is in front of us?
it is a moss-covered standing stone. It is humming faintly with magic.
Does it have any writing on it?
Give me an investigation roll. You you notice that it does have what appears to be some kind of writing, but you can't make out what it is. It is covered in moss.
I start cleaning off the moss.
Um, just looking at your.
Careful now, mate. That moss is probably older than half the blokes in this country. Might bite back if it feels disrespected.
Yeah, I used to eat moss when I was in the level 40s.
He's gonna put his hands behind his back and he's gonna pace in a drill sergeant like inspection style manner, and he's gonna pace back and forth nervously in that manner while you rub the moss off.
Give me a second to pull this up here. Pray to the chat GPT gods that it knows what I'm talking about.
While you're doing that, Lance Jack is gonna be walking around it in his sergeant inspection manner, and he's gonna look closely at it while Smo is trying to clean off the the letters, the lettering good. He's suddenly gonna talk to Buttons mainly and go, yes, clearly pre-feast era. Judging by the rune work, it says, bring snacks to appease the stone guardian, lest ye face indigestion eternal. You know, old Puddin' here could probably ooze his way around that moss and clean it off nice and sparkly. It'd be shiny afterwards. What?
You notice, Smo, that the standing stone has written on it, and it is in Draconic. But it says to trespass is simple, to endure is sacred.
I relay that with the group.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
To trespass is simple, to endure is sacred.
Lance's, when he hears that, his ears are. He's gonna stop doing his drill sergeant walking around the stone, and he's gonna stop, and his ears are gonna go rigid. He's gonna turn, as he's doing that, he's gonna turn and eyeball the quest giver that's with him, and he's gonna be like, "Madam, do you know anything about this? Trespassing and sacred? What?"
She will say, what is she going to say? uh, Trespassing and sacred, what? Oh, God, you throw me off with that every time.
Right. So technically speaking, we've already committed a holy faux pas. Might explain the funny tingling I've got in my lucky rabbit's foot. He waggles his foot at Puddin'.
She would say something to the effect of, you're not trespassing. It is her forest that you walk in.
Ah, so we've made it to the Bally old destination, eh? Nice work, mate. Looking at Smo, he's like, nice work, mate. Next time, let's find an old stone that says free biscuits this way, eh?
I do good job.
I do.
And she would say, I don't think you understand completely. We're not at our destination yet. We're merely on the outskirts.
He in mock movement, he acts as though he's stretching and going, all right, ladies and gents, we're gonna have to keep on walking. We ain't quite there yet, but we're close enough that I could smell the pies. Let's go.
Shall we begin? Wait, it's on that damn bottle.
Let's see. You guys were number 3.
He gets
And do what?
oh, I said he's bantering with Buttons. He looks at Buttons on his belt, and he goes, "Sacred or not, if this place smites me, I'd like to be remembered with a pie in me paws and a grin in me snout."
So you guys continuing along your journey then?
I believe we are.
Yep.
After you get away from the stone, you will hear her remark, not directly at anyone. Many miss the gift by rushing past the giver.
Well, if the giver would ballywell speak up, I think we wouldn't miss her.
So we're just hopping along down the road.
Yeah, effectively. Your third day on your journey comes to a close. Other than the standing stone, nothing eventful happens. Your night goes by peacefully. You notice that every chance, every time you guys near something, you notice that she's watching you intently. Guiding, but observing. And on your fourth day, you come across a fork in the trail. One of them wide and sunlit. A clear path. The other is narrow and root choked.
Hmm. Which path? Is he addresses Smo?
I heard
Right
a
down the
flip
middle.
There's only 2.
right down the middle. Just going walking through the woods then?
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at here? So are all 3 of you going right down the middle then?
Yeah.
How bad does the trail look straight down the middle?
There is no path straight down the middle. It's
Just bramble.
it is thick woods and bramble. The one path. Okay, so you've got one path that is clear as day. You've got another path that isn't as clear. It doesn't look like it's traveled very much.
Am I
But
able to tell how long ago the last person came along the less traveled path?
give me an investigation roll for that.
Shit. Hang on. Come on, roll 20. Refresh. Oh, there we go.
As Smo goes to go straight down the middle, Lance Jack is going to say out loud as he goes to follow him before we pause to kind of investigate both paths. And he's going to, the classic adventuring conundrum. Left, cozy death. Right, spooky death. I say, we pick neither. We head straight through the hedge, make our own bloody path.
Exactly.
God, it's that roll.
You cannot tell how long ago the most recent person went through that path. There's no prints, nothing.
Is
But
it
you can
wise?
tell that it is effectively an animal trail.
I don't see the wisdom in just heading straight into it like that, but I suppose your tracking skills are better than mine.
We
So
haven't
Blotch
even
is going to
tracked.
follow, although reluctantly and mostly alert, bit guarded.
Lance, as we do this, Lance is going to keep an eye on Bell, and he's quietly going to say to Smo as, as they're trying to force their way down the middle, neither path, he's going to be like, she's doing that thing again. The judging with her soul look. Makes my fur stand up backwards.
Oh, God.
They think they're better than us. Because they can
As
turn into
you
a dragon.
attempt to cut your way through the bramble, you notice in one of the gnarled roots of a tree is a small spiral carved acorn resting on soft moss.
Do all three of us notice this, or just one of us?
Lance Check's going to notice that because he has the highest perception, I think. Let me verify.
While you verify, Lance is going to turn to the rest of the group. He goes, "Now, I'm no acorn expert, despite certain rumors. But that one looks like it's got thoughts. You ever seen an acorn watching you back?"
It. Yeah, Lance Check would be the first to notice the acorn. And it doesn't appear. It just appears to be magical.
I planted.
You and your planting. Oh,
I think this guy's a druid.
I know, right? Give me a nature check.
Cooking food. I haven't eaten anything all day. Nature.
Lance Jack looks at Buttons and goes, "Mark this day, old chum, the day Smo turned gardener in an ancient forest. If vines start calling him dad, we'll know why."
Okay, you plant the acorn, and you notice that nothing happens.
Alright, I'm gonna do something crazy here. Everyone prepare yourselves. I'm going to slice open my palm. And I'm not going to drip the blood to fertilize this plant, no. I'm going to hurt myself so that I cry, and that a teardrop falls into the soil.
What was the point of that?
So I have a green thumb. I know how to take care of plants.
Oh,
Let me guess,
you
I did
will
exactly what was needed.
you will hear Vel, for all intents and purposes, I'm just gonna call her Vel from now on. You will hear her say, "Perhaps it's not meant to be planted, but a gift."
Oh, I unbury. I just hand it to Lance Jack. I'm just like, covered in blood.
when you come up to Lance with it, he's gonna be like, "What do you think, old bean? Gonna cry me some dinner next?"
Oh. And she would tell you that the acorn is an acorn of the ancient spiral. And that it can be crushed during a rest, and it grants the effects of lesser restoration to one creature.
Told us this earlier, lady.
So you gave.
She's
So
observing.
Did he give that to Lance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it called again? The acorn of thingamagummies.
Pretty much. Acorn of the ancient spiral.
And it does what now? I'm able to crush it and it heals me.
There you go. Ah, why does it always do that?
During a rest. I'm gonna mark it as an action, but
Where's it at?
it didn't say how I wanted it to say. Oh, that's because I put it in the wrong place.
And as you guys continue your journey after that, when you get to the other side of the path that you have carved for yourselves, you notice that one path led to where you are now. The other one is not there. So the path that led you to where you're at now is the one that was root choked. The animal trail, as it were.
Okay. So one path is gone. So we only have one choice now. If we decide to actually use the path.
To go back, yeah. There's only one path to go back. But you're not going back. You're continuing forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Guess we go
follow up
from there.
behind him.
And you will hear Bell comment, even roots know the value of resistance. And what day was that? Number 4? 5?
4, I think. Who knows? Who knows anything? What was it? 3
Yeah,
that we ended. We had the stone, and then we walked another day.
Yep. Your 5th day, the rest of your 4th day, uneventful. Night, uneventful. Same thing with the 5th day. However, on the 6th day of your journey, you walk into a field of violet flowers. They hum with a soft vibration.
That's cute.
Is it just me, lads, or is everything around here have its own tune?
Think that means they're happy.
All this vibrating going on. I'm afraid the forest is going to vibrate itself clean off the continent.
It could very well be bewitched.
The field of violet flowers continues to hum. It just hums a little quieter. Are you going to stop and observe, continue through? What are you going to do?
Let's put this in.
Stop and observe for a moment.
Did it get quieter because of our presence?
Did it? You notice that it grew quieter. You don't notice why.
I asked the lady that supposedly knows all this stuff.
Oh, MG Becky. You would think I would just copy and paste this. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Erp. She's going to tell you seek answers. But the seal does not offer them freely, nor do I.
Oh, riddles. I hum back at the flowers.
You notice they grow quieter. So soft
They
that you
really
can barely even hear them now.
I get on the ground and I get right up next to a flower and I whisper to it, I'm like, hey, quit getting quieter. Like, what am I supposed to do?
The flowers begin to close.
Lance Jack, while he's doing that, Lance Jack is standing there, and you can see the wheels are turning in his head, and his ears are comically kind of twiddling and doing their thing as he's thinking, and he's like mumbling to himself and kind of buttons and just out loud to the group. But he's like, bravery. That's what woke up the other thing. Not brawn, not barking orders, just raw, rattling sort of spilled out. When your heart says go, even if your knees say don't. Think the flowers fancy a bit of courage, eh, Buttons? Suppose even blossoms appreciate a bold soul. And
You
then
notice that,
go on.
you notice that the flowers around you and Smo have begun to hum quieter, and started to close. The ones around Blotch are still full bloom, and they're growing louder.
Do we need to spread them around like jelly?
Spread them around like jelly.
Like jelly. Lance Jack's ears perk up at the sound of jelly. Oi now, ain't that a welcome tune? That's the "Who Let the Puddin' Out of the Jar" tune.
Blosso's actually gonna sort of stoop down and just not like really sniff the flowers, but look very closely at them. Like almost like
You-
nosing at it.
You notice that the humming continues, but you notice that the flowers are opening, and it appears to be writing something, but you can't tell what.
I'm sorry, did you say the flowers are writing something?
The blooms, like, picture in your mind, if you will,
Hmm.
the blooms of a flower are spelling out something, but you can't tell what it's spelling. You're only getting part of the message.
Am I able to perhaps? I'm trying to basically focus on what the flowers are writing, at least the part of the message that they're saying.
You can tell that it's trying to write something, but you don't understand what it is.
Hmm. Is it in the common tongue or is it something else?
No, it's not in common.
Can I see it?
Are you looking at the field in general?
Yeah.
Okay. You can see that it is writing something, and it appears to be draconic, but you, too, are only getting part of the message. You can only make out like one or two words.
And it's only the areas that
It's only
ooze
the
is
area
talking about.
around Blotch.
Lance is going to back up to where they entered this area, like, and carefully not to step on any flowers or anything. He's gonna move away from the flowers and kind of get back to to kind of where they came into this area to get away, like move away from the flowers, thinking that maybe because of he walked up and was chittering on that's what caused it. So he's backing out to move kind of away from them.
Mm,
He says,
I tell
if
them
if they start telling our future, I'm legging it. I've been through enough vegetable soothsayers for one lifetime.
Uh, you notice that the flowers around you close entirely.
He just face bombs.
I tell the ooze to move to the other end so that I can see the rest of the words and piece it all together. Do it.
Am I able to repeat the words that are being written down?
Is he muted?
What do you
Hello?
mean? I can hear you.
Uh,
Uh,
I was muted.
uh,
I
repeat
mean, my
the
headset died
words.
too, but
You, you're not really able to repeat the words because you don't know the words.
Hmm. This is. But wait, am I able to recognize this as draconic?
Give me a. What's the roll cube?
Baby history?
Yeah, history check.
What else is there? I gotta stop picking these fucking intelligence rolls. Like a -1 to it. God, my rolls tonight. It's so bad.
You can tell it's a different language. You cannot tell what language it is. Unless Smo tells you specifically that it's draconic. You don't know it.
well, can I see the whole message, or have I seen the whole message at this point?
You've only seen the part of the message that around where Watch is standing.
So he hasn't moved or anything yet.
I believe there's something on these flowers. I'm unable to translate it.
Yeah, I need
As
you
you
to move.
as you speak, you notice that the flowers begin to close again, and the humming grows quieter.
They appear to react to sound in a
I just,
negative way.
I just put my finger up to my mouth like, shh.
Right now, Lance Jack's farther back, like we're at the entrance of this area, and he is literally obnoxiously talking to Buttons while you guys are figuring out, and he's like, and that's when I decided that it was worth going across a battlefield full of stoats to get myself a pie. The pies they make aren't too good, but a pie's a pie, you know? And then he realizes it's like super quiet, and he looks around and he sees you guys like, you go shh like that, and he's like, oh, pardon me. Didn't see that we were probably well taking a moment of silence. And he puts his hands behind his back, kind of in parade rest.
As you remain quiet, you notice that the flowers begin to bloom again.
All of
In
them?
all of them.
Okay.
And as the flowers bloom, they glow and reveal a message. Smo, you can read the message now. And
We're all gonna die.
that is what it reads. And Lanchek, because you're kind of standing back to a wisdom check. Oh.
I'll take that as I could care less about what that says. I relay it to everybody, and like it says, wisdom is louder than war. Good luck.
Lanchek, you notice that you see beneath a cluster of the brightest blossoms, you notice a gem kind of tucked into the flowers.
That's what I see?
Yep.
Lance Jack, while this is happening, he says, if it says sacrifice a hare to proceed, I vote we try a less ancient route. And then he sees that and he's like, and he'll wander over and pick it up.
You just picked up let me see.
He's gonna show it to Buttons to get Buttons' expertise. Buttons, meal mate, you were always the jeweler of the group. Tell me, what do you see in this? See if I can add this without it not putting it in. It's not been cooperating with me.
That's probably partially my fault. I don't know how, but it probably is.
And he would just know this by picking it up, or is his old...
will tell him.
Oh, okay. He's gonna pretend like Buttons told him that, and Bell did not tell him that.
Okay, and that will pretty much conclude your what, sixth day, 8th day.
Do I get an achievement?
I mean, you guys got a pretty handy item there.
That works.
Goob, you still have the bag that the wizard left behind, right?
The bag the wizard left behind?
The snake.
Oh,
You
yeah. It's a bag within my bags because I didn't want to try to put everything in all at once.
Well, you notice that as you're journeying, that Belisar's keeps eyeing your bag every once in a while, cautiously.
Listen here, old Vel thingamagummy. You keep giving me the eyeballs as we've been going down the road, and now you're giving me eyeballs again. I'm starting to have a little bit of a trust issue with you watching me all the time, making the hair on the back of my neck stand straight up. Now, why do you keep eyeballing me like I've got some kind of something that you need or you don't need or you're wanting me to be rid of?
All will be revealed in due time.
For some odd reason, I don't trust spell throwers.
I'll have to fix that later because I just cannot.
You don't trust what?
Stuff.
Spell throwers.
Oh, spell throwers.
All this crypticism is making me hungry.
She's going to offer to stop for lunch.
When she offers that, Lance Jack changes his demeanor completely and is all for making lunch.
I go to kill the nearest critter with my bow, and I reach for my arrows, and there are none. I have run out of arrows. I thought it was impossible, but it had happened. So now I just sit in silence.
God.
I'm not sure how to take that.
That's fine.
I can RP with the best of them on Moonguard.
What is an RP?
You don't want to know.
Lance.
Well, if your name is Gone, it's terror. That's what it is.
Like, you'd be real popular in it, trust me.
Lance,
Lance does what?
after she says in all due time, then offers lunch, he perks up and like they get ready to have lunch, and he goes, his ears perk up as if he has a thought, like a light bulb over his head, and he goes, "Everything revealed in due time." Aye, well, so is mold, my lady. Doesn't mean I want to spread it over my timeline, eh?
He chuckles in amusement.
Food's the right clever decision, mind you. Last time I got answers with my lunch, I woke up 3 days later married to a mole lass named Grinda. Lovely gal, strong digger.
And do what? Sorry.
Yeah, he's just cool. He's good to talk to, but yeah, he's going on there at lunch as he eats.
Da-da.
I ask our guide if she is by chance a bender.
What is it you need?
Got any arrows?
Hmm. I do not, but perhaps if you ask the forest, it might give you what you need.
I go up to the nearest tree and I caress it. I'm like, hey, I need some arrows. I don't care how you do it. Doesn't have to be from you. Because I know you're a tree and I love trees. I was born in a tree, you know that? Like, I'm part of you. We are one.
Is he trying to mate with that tree?
Listen, mate, don't be giving him any ideas. The last time he was doing stuff like this, he ended up with the little fuzzy terror that he keeps with him.
If an ooze could have a very confused and scared look on its face, undulates.
Wouldn't happen to have that spell speak with plants, would you there, Smoke?
As you talk
No.
to the tree and amongst yourselves, you notice that the roots seem to come alive, and it produces a bundle.
Bundle of arrows.
It's a closed bundle. Would you like to open
Yeah.
it? Yes, it is a bundle of arrows.
What did they close it in?
It was wrapped neatly.
With what?
Leaves and twine.
Dang.
Lance Jack's
Like I just
taking
gave you like
a
a
sip of
nicely
tea.
wrapped.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Lance Jack's taking a sip of tea, and when the roots move and produce that package, he shoots tea out of his nose in panic.
No, it's
You know how many arrows it is?
Uh, what's a standard bundle of arrows? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
Good question.
I'm looking.
I want to say 12, but it's been a long ass time.
So 20 arrows fills a quiver. I think.
That's what I just saw. Uh,
I mean, I'm fine with 20.
I was looking it
I'll
up
make
because I
it
think
work.
it has a thing for that.
we'll say it produced two different quivers of arrows.
It
Ooh.
says 20 arrows and weighs 1 pound.
Yeah.
But there's also magical quivers that produce arrows as well.
This is just your standard affair quiver.
Lance will see that after shooting tea out of his nose and he sputters for a moment. He stands up and he runs over to the same tree and tries to mimic Smo, caressing the tree lovingly and speaking in a very soft and loving voice. He's gonna go, "Wouldn't have a pie amongst those roots, would you?"
Everybody gets one.
The forest grows eerily quiet.
Lance Jack's eyes get really big. He goes, or not, don't need a pie. I was just asking. He's like, you have lovely knots, roots, and leaves. Pretty tree. And he goes back over to sit where they were having lunch.
I start shooting critter.
You're gonna shoot random critters.
Yeah. Roberto's hungry. I can't give him people food.
Give me a perception roll to see if you see any critters.
Excuse me.
L5.
Quit that yawning stuff. I'm struggling already.
Sorry, it's almost 1 o'clock here.
You oh, it's only 11:30. 12:30 your time.
Yep.
Uh,
Near future.
we're getting close to the stopping point, not quite, but you notice a rabbit in the forest, hopping along, minding its business.
I don't shoot. I realize now that I did this at this time.
That's just cruel, DM. That's just cruel.
Oh, well, my mind went through what animals would be in this forest, and yeah, rabbits and birds.
I'm not doing it because it's rabbit and I'm thinking about Lance Jack. I'm like, this forest wants us to just keep doing good things. At least that's how my character's taking it. So I better not screw up what we got going so far. So we're being tested. I'm using Smo wisdom since my actual wisdom is -1.
Oh my goodness.
A little better. You guys finish up your lunch, and continue your journey. And eventually, you approach what appears to be a moss-draped entrance. There is a doorway. Vines have sealed it shut. You see writing on the door. I know I have a picture of this somewhere. You ever realize you came up with something a long time ago?
Don't worry. You don't need it because Lance Jack's gonna run up to this obvious viney enclosed door and he's gonna go, "Don't worry, chaps, I've got this." Open sesame. He's gonna look at the other two with a shit-eating grin.
Sesame? Is there more seeds?
The vines constrict tighter.
His ears are gonna go just whoomp, like his face is gonna look long and he's gonna be upset. Like he's like, "Well, tried to talk to a belly old piece of plant and it didn't like it. Every time I talk at this forest, something bad happens. All I did was ask for a pie." And then he goes back to the back of the group and he's mumbling to Buttons about the fact that he didn't like nature anyway. He'd rather he'd rather be in a nice comfy tavern anyway.
I hold up my newly found deer crystal that I got from that saving the deer in the woods or the elk, whatever beast it was, and see if that does anything to this tangled mess.
You notice that it does not do anything, but you do notice that there are words written around the doorway.
Is it more draconic?
It is draconic.
Let's hear it. Do I gotta clean some moss?
You do not need to clean any moss. Uh, it reads, there's an inscription above the gate, and it says it cannot be held, it cannot be stolen. With silence, broken. It can be earned, it can be lost when a lie is spoken.
I relay this to the team.
Sorry, repeat that
Would
one
you
more
like to
time. Sorry.
copy? Doing the old copy pasta.
Uh, I'll ponder that.
Trust. That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying it in common?
I'm saying it in draconic.
When you say that, the vines part, revealing an open door.
You know, why am I doing all this work? Where's the guide chick? She was staring at us this whole time.
Listen, mate, I did my best. The forest didn't like it. Got all thick and viney. So I decided to let someone else take a baleo stab at it. I would have been like, the answer is pie. But no, ended up getting ate by the roots. You just see me disappear below the ground and you'd have to say a little word for my lost soul and eat a pie in my honor.
Wait, when you mention her, she will look at you and she says, beyond this threshold, the forest forgets kindness. It does not welcome, it watches, just as I shall. And she sits upon a moss covered stone just outside the entrance. And because you're getting nearer to it,
Oh, splendid. Another whimsical wisdom nugget with all the clarity of soup in a sandstorm. We've got riddles for breakfast, puzzles for lunch, and confusing for pudding. And he looks over at Blot and goes, "Not you. I didn't mean you."
He just looks over at you. None taken.
you seek to ensure what remains sealed stays so. Then step with care, step with truth. I can go no further. And she gestures toward the door for you to enter.
Boss
Lance,
fight.
Lance is going to step toward the door and he's going to go, "You know what I'd like?" Looking deadpan at the other two. "You know what I'd like? Just once. Go left, avoid the stabby bits. There's your goal. No poetry, no metaphors, just a nice, honest map. Maybe a snack." And he's going to walk toward the door.
Alright, I need this.
He looks at Vel as he's walking to the door and he goes, "Would it ruin the mystery if you just handed us a pamphlet, miss? Bullet points, clear font, question for the dents? I'll make the first draft. What?"
I'm beginning to think this rabbit is 1 carat short of the patch.
You too, huh?
Grows more manic by the hour.
It's because I'm starving, mate. We had lunch, was a bit of a few crumbs. Then we're off to doing riddles. Riddles make a guy real hungry. Then a guy tries to help out. Walks up, tries to help by talking to the old vines, and the vines say no. So you know what? Next time you think I'm a little cranky, maybe if you both shy of a brain, maybe give me a pie, maybe a little scoff of something. And he's walking in. He's just running his mouth as he's walking in.
Is it his body or his brain that is starving?
Brain's full. All
Question
this,
for the age.
all these rhymes flying around. All these riddles. Brain's absolutely belly full. This is the stomach that needs fed.
That's debatable. I want millennia without feeding.
I did think that you looked a little peckish. Oh, that's the sound in the game. I was like, what in the hell is
I
that?
was
I live
I
by
was anything else like, what the fuck is that?
I live by train tracks and an airport. So when that sound, I was like, what is going on?
Look, I
Which
thought
one
it
is
was still
Oh.
high from last night. I don't know. I ain't tripping out
There's
again.
what I was looking for. Okay.
Okay.
Enter.
Listen, mates, I can't see a bally thing. If they get me, tell my old patter that I tried to get the pies, but no one would let me.
That one, that one, that one, that one. So you guys should be. Let's see if I can do this. Why is it not? Oh. There we go. All right. you guys should be able to move your character, your things around. Is the lighting working well?
Yeah, so far.
Nice.
You hear that, Buttons? Can't enjoy a nice tart without being labeled unstable. What's next? No laughing
I'm
during
just
a
seeing-
mortal peril?
Oh, there it is.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, you enter this dungeon. And sorry, my brain froze completely. Because things aren't matching. Yeah. So it's a very earthy dungeon. There's vines all over the walls. There's the occasional torch to keep things lit well enough that you can see your way through. The first chamber that you enter, there's nothing of note, but there is a passageway that leads off down another hallway.
Well, seeing as we were invited, my good sirs, I don't think there's any traps. But I've been wrong, you know. Years of the campaigning around and fighting different foe beasts. Can never be too sure.
I check for traps.
Uh, Survival?
I died actually. Feigned death.
How the hell? I've never seen that before.
Isn't that one? Oh,
I ain't never seen a net one with a negative one.
you do not notice any traps.
Smo, mate, you're gonna have to look that way to look for traps.
I think we're good.
Traps full of John Cena.
Well-
I'll go first if you need me to.
Wink's as good as a nod. I'll be right behind you.
Okay, as you venture down the hall, you notice a door standing in your way.
Is it made of wood?
Yes. It's just a wooden door.
Any
Is it a
keyholes?
normal wood door, or is it got vines all over it?
What was that smell? Sorry.
Is it a normal wood door, or does it have vines all over it?
It's just a normal wood door. The vines are around the wood door on the walls,
Can I open it?
and they're. You open the door. Wow. I didn't know it was supposed to storm.
Is it? Oh yeah. It's raining out there.
Given the fact that I just heard thunder, yeah.
I could have swore I just looked out there and it wasn't raining. Huh. Lance
Okay.
follows Smo.
You open the door, and you notice that there's an altar in the middle of the room. On one side of the altar, there's a bowl of water.
Oh,
The
Lord.
other one contains white ash. And got really loud here. It's a stone pedestal. It's got a bowl on each side, and in the middle is an empty vessel.
Time to start cooking.
Lance is gonna go in, and is that a door?
Yes, that is a door.
He's gonna check and see if he can just open the door.
He cannot.
Hmm.
It is
This-
locked.
Doesn't look like they wanted anybody passing through this particular door.
Not yet. We gotta cook. I mix both the water and I think you said white ash
Yeah.
into the bowl in the middle.
You mix the two.
Yep.
Which one do you pour in first?
The ash.
As you pour the ash in, it blows into the air and clings to your skin. Give me a Constitution save.
Wow,
Didn't you?
that was a real pain in the ash.
Okay. It clings. The ash clings to your skin. But nothing else really happens.
So none of it goes into the bowl.
It did. It blew it out.
You see Lance
So-
Jack giving you a weird look, and he's like, "Going for a ghost for Hallowtide."
Try to pour the water in first.
You pour the water in, and you hear a click come from the door.
Try to open it again.
All right. The door will open. Give it a moment.
Excuse me.
I was just getting ready to ask if you're still awake because you're kind of trailing behind.
My bad. Sitting there looking at the screen like my bad. Shit. Ay, ay, ay. Where did everybody go?
Keep going down to the door.
Fight the hole of the ground with all these doors.
Farther down the rabbit hole we go.
Oh. Just open that door for you there.
Oh, it opened on its own, guys.
Oh, that's a bad sign. Maybe you should leave.
Hmm.
All right, and you come upon a stairwell.
I thought it was a xylophone.
I mean, it could be. You know how I
Go
made this map, by the
down.
way?
How
It
did you
goes
make
down.
Oh,
In Roll20 on the page screen, like where I select which page you guys go to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
there's the create a page, and then there's a build a map button. You click the build a map button, it takes you to a website where you can build a map. And it builds it in real time.
Huh.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was so proud of myself when that happened.
Oh, it got dark.
You're gonna have to go to a different part of the map.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Everything got black, eh?
It should be going to the north, towards the center.
Lots just following behind, uncomfortably close.
Oddly convenient. Okay. And as you approach this door is where we would call it today. We'll open it up so you guys can see the large hall that you're getting ready to enter into. But
Whoa.
that's where we will end it today.
Awesome.
My bad, I didn't mean to fall behind back there.
Oh, you're good. The only thing you really missed was Smo getting covered in ash.
Oh no, I was there. I heard that. I was like literally staring at the screen. I forgot to move my token.
Yeah, I think I had my eyes closed during most of that, and I was just picturing it all.
Smo, if you would have looked around the room, you would have noticed that written on the wall was it would have told you only one truth cleanses, only one trust restores. To move forward, choose the path that leaves no mark. It said that in the
Gods.
wall in Draconic. You just didn't look around. You just went straight for it.
Yeah, I figured once we got to the stairs, I was like, I should have looked around the rooms.
Wait, they just hit me. You can read your comic?
Basically how we've gotten this far.
Fair point.
Yeah,
If
I
I
picked
remember
the
right,
weaknesses.
Smo is the only one. Yep. Smo's the only one that can read Draconic.
Okay. Elvish, Thieves can't, Draconic, and Celestial. I'm that one player that chose all the crazy ones.
No, that was me my last game period I was in.
Oh man.
Except I picked Infernal.
Oh, it's helpful.
The rabbit thing. I had some responses pulled up for if you would have shot the rabbit and brought it back. Oh man. I was over here giggling about it because a rabbit. Blimey, Smo, don't shoot. It's either a cousin or a very rude metaphor. What? And then, what's next? Hunting sentient puddin' around puddin', cooking buttons in a stew. This is how revolutions start.
Something right with that hair.
Did it look well fed? Bit of a wobble in the haunches. Might be Uncle Featherwhisk. Went missing after the great garden raid of 92.
If we weren't being tested, I totally would have killed it. And I totally would have taken its feet for luck.
Dude, what the hell?
Uh,
Now, you eat all the critters I kill.
Ooh, that
He
one
hasn't
shook.
eaten. He hasn't eaten anything lately.
oh,
You haven't
man.
noticed.
All right.
Who the hell is those?
Oh, spooky. I-
Yeah.
What's up?
All right.
Okay.
To
Just wrapping up
s-
D&D.
to the streams, thank you so much for watching our episode of D&D. We'll be back next week on Friday, as far pending baby. We'll be back next week on Friday for more D&D with the Echoes and Silence campaign. Tomorrow, again, pending if the baby comes, we won't be on tomorrow. But if we are, we'll be continuing the Veil of Darkness, I think it is. I can't remember my own
Wow.
campaign.
Wow.
I thought it was Veil of the Forest for some reason. My brain kept going to that. But Veil of Darkness campaign, where I am the dungeon master, with our group of 6 who are neck deep in a very dark and cursed land. It survived mimics, big mimics. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been a good time. For the people that popped in and said hi, I appreciate you all. But we will see you all probably tomorrow for some D&D action. I may go ahead and turn the stream on, even though that campaign is... The stream is like 10 sessions, 6, 7, 8 sessions behind, something like that. But